Every morning, like clockwork, a stray cat appeared on Carson's front porch, its cries piercing the quiet suburbia. Carson, initially delighted by the feline's company, began to welcome the cat with regular feedings, enjoying its presence as part of his daily routine. However, as time passed, he started to notice something peculiar about its behavior. The cat's persistent meowing and unusual restlessness hinted at a mystery far beyond a simple plea for food. Carson had been keeping an eye on the cat for days now, but he still hadn't figured out why it was coming to his porch every day. And to make it even worse, the cat seemed very upset and distressed about something. It just wouldn't stop meowing. Carson was determined to find out what was going on, and to help the poor cat. It took him a while, but eventually, Carson was finally able to figure out why this cat was crying on his porch for days on end. He grabbed his phone and called animal control, telling them that it was very urgent and they needed to come as quickly as possible. Karen was completely shocked by what he had found in his porch, and he hoped that the animal control team would arrive in time. There was nothing else that he could do now but wait. But what had Carson found? Why was the cat crying on his porch every day? And why did he call animal control? Carson loved animals, and he always went out of his way to help them if he saw they were in need. Because of his job, he didn't have any pets of his own. He didn't want them to be left at home all day. However, he was determined to have a house and garden full of animals as soon as it was possible. That was his dream. He secretly dreamed of quitting his job and starting an animal sanctuary, where he would help all kinds of animals and provide them with a warm and loving home. The only problem was that he worked a job with long and irregular hours, and he didn't have enough time. However, he was working on a plan that would help him turn this dream into reality. And sure, Carson could dream, but he knew very well that in order for his dream to become reality, he first needed to save some more money. So, he continued working hard and petting every single cat, dog, cow, you name it, that he came across. And at one point, he noticed that he had a regular visitor, a tabby cat that came to his front porch several days in a row. It was obviously a stray cat, and he couldn't tell if it was being fed or cared for by anyone else. At first, he thought that it was just hungry, and it kept returning to his porch because he kept feeding it. Soon, however, he would find out that the cat had a completely different reason for coming to him. But that would not happen just yet. Because of Carson's irregular work hours, he couldn't exactly track how often this cat came to his house. He asked around the neighborhood if anyone had seen this cat before, but not many others had spotted it yet. Some claimed they had no idea where the cat came from, adding to the mystery. Despite his curiosity, Carson's work schedule limited his ability to investigate further. Nevertheless, he made a point to keep the porch bowl filled with cat food before leaving for his shifts. Upon returning home, he consistently found the bowl empty, presuming the stray cat still visited. To confirm, Carson purchased a pet camera and set it up on his porch, hoping to capture the visitor's identity and behavior. After ensuring the camera's clear view and functionality, he set up the accompanying app on his phone, eager to monitor his porch remotely. With the camera ready, Carson felt hopeful and excited about finally unraveling the mystery. However, when he checked the app during lunch, he found the bowl untouched and no sign of the cat, sparking worry and disappointment. Scrubbing through the footage, he found no activity, leaving him confused and frustrated by the lack of results despite his efforts. Carson's anticipation of discovering something new faded amid the routines of an ordinary day. He pondered if the cat had found alternative food or shelter, feeling a twinge of disappointment at the possibility of being unnecessary. The thought unsettled him, as he had hoped to make a difference in the stray's life, even if briefly. The empty porch left him with more questions than answers about the cat's whereabouts. Despite the disappointment, Carson remained resolved to keep trying, understanding the unpredictability of caring for strays. As the day progressed, his focus shifted entirely to work, burying thoughts of the cat's mystery under professional responsibilities. However, as the day ended, Carson's thoughts returned to the enigma of the stray visitor awaiting him at home. Upon reviewing the footage, he discovered the cat had indeed visited, bringing a mix of relief and renewed curiosity. As the cat ate cautiously, Carson sensed there was more to its story than mere hunger. Its behavior on camera, pausing and meowing anxiously, conveyed urgency even without sound. Carson felt compelled to understand the cat's distress, sensing a deeper purpose behind its visit. The cat's actions hinted at an underlying issue, prompting Carson to feel a responsibility to help. Determined to uncover the mystery, Carson resolved to engage directly with the cat if it returned, driven by a sense of purpose and the need to offer assistance. Carson enjoyed a rare day off, savoring his morning coffee on the porch in the tranquil suburban atmosphere. The stray cat, cautious yet purposeful, approached him, disrupting the peaceful morning with its presence. Despite initial hesitation, the cat allowed Carson to pet it, establishing a bond of trust. As they connected, Carson sensed the cat seeking companionship beyond mere physical warmth. Its persistent meowing conveyed a message of distress that Carson was determined to understand. Motivated by the cat's behavior, Carson investigated its fixation on a specific spot on the porch, realizing it wasn't just seeking food, but something more vital. The cat's focused actions hinted at a deeper need, compelling Carson to unravel the mystery and offer assistance. Carson investigated the corner where the cat was fixated but found nothing immediately unusual. However, he remained intrigued by the cat's persistent interest in the area. Despite the lack of apparent anomalies, Carson felt compelled to explore further. The cat's unwavering focus hinted at a hidden mystery, sparking Carson's curiosity. Its intense sniffing and occasional pawing at the ground suggested there might be something significant beneath the surface. Carson wondered if the cat had detected a hidden presence, like a small animal, prompting its behavior. His investigation led him to discover a loose wooden panel on the porch, suggesting a potential hidden space beneath. Realizing this might explain the cat's behavior, Carson felt a surge of anticipation. The cat's reaction intensified as Carson uncovered the loose panel, indicating that it had sensed something important. Its desperate scratching and loud meowing conveyed a sense of urgency that Carson couldn't ignore. Touching the panel, Carson felt the cat's desperation increase, confirming his suspicion that the mystery revolved around this specific spot on his porch. The cat's anxious gaze followed his every move, its meows growing more frantic. Carson's heart raced as he realized the gravity of what he might find beneath the loose board. Carson pried open the loose panel with the cat's anxious eyes on him, bracing himself for what lay beneath. As the board gave way, a hidden space revealed itself. Carson's breath caught in his throat as he peered inside, the weight of the moment pressing down on him. Under the panel, Carson discovered a litter of tiny, weak kittens. The stray cat's behavior now made perfect sense. She was a mother trying to reach her trapped offspring. Their frail meows filled the air, tugging at Carson's heartstrings. He understood then the depth of the cat's desperation. Realizing the urgency of the situation, Carson carefully extracted the kittens from their hidden spot. Their frail meows were a testament to their desperate condition. As he gently lifted each kitten, Carson felt a surge of determination. He knew he had to act fast to save these fragile lives. Recognizing the kittens needed more help than he could provide alone, Carson called animal control. His voice was steady as he explained the situation, ensuring the kittens would receive the care they needed to survive. As he hung up, Carson looked down at the tiny faces peering back at him, feeling a mix of relief and hope. After animal control's intervention, the kittens rapidly regained their strength. Carson, profoundly moved by their resilience, dedicated himself to creating a haven for them in his garden. His days were spent ensuring this new sanctuary provided everything the feline family needed to flourish. This act of kindness marked the first step towards a dream he had long harbored. Carson's hands, once accustomed to the rigidity of daily work, now worked with a gentler purpose. He built a cozy, secure home for the cat family in his garden, making sure every corner was safe and warm. It was a labor of love, transforming a portion of his yard into a perfect retreat for the cats, a place where they could thrive and be together. Under Carson's watchful care, the stray cat and her kittens grew healthier and stronger with each passing day. Their bond with Carson deepened, their eyes shining with trust and affection whenever he appeared. The garden became a place of joy and laughter, filled with the playful antics of the kittens and the contented purrs of their mother. Watching the cat family play in their new home, Carson felt a profound sense of accomplishment. This small corner of the world, transformed by his hands, was the beginning of the sanctuary he had dreamed of. It was a modest start, but to Carson, it represented the seeds of a future where his home would be a haven for animals in need. The journey with the stray cat and her kittens inspired Carson to expand his vision. What began as a single act of kindness towards one animal family grew into a mission. Carson's once quiet home transformed, gradually becoming a sanctuary for strays and animals in need. His dream had come full circle, his life now intertwined with the creatures he had vowed to protect. If this story touched you as much as it did us, you should watch this video. Giant snake tries to enter house. Owner discovers why and opens the door. Click here to get the full story.